knock you out. He literally does everything. He's one of the best wrestlers in the sport. His top control and his squeeze is insane.
Yeah.
Like, remember when he tapped out Drew Dober? He got a hold of Drew Dober. It's like Drew Dober had zero chance of.
In the world of MMA, some fights transcend the sport and become legends. Now, the UFC is teasing a battle that could define the future of two weight classes: Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria. But with Islam's unparalleled training regime and Ilia's brash confidence, is this fight as clear-cut as everyone thinks, or will the unexpected unfold? Islam Makhachev's reputation as one of the best wrestlers in the UFC is well established. However, what's been truly jaw-dropping in recent months is his transformation into an even more dangerous fighter. Known for his suffocating top control and impeccable grappling, Makhachev's focus and training have reached new heights, leaving the fight world stunned. His intensity in training camps is palpable, with footage emerging of him not just dominating in the gym, but looking faster, more precise, and as dangerous as ever. This is a different Makhachev, sharper and faster than his already formidable self. It's no secret that Islam's previous opponents have often struggled to deal with his relentless wrestling. But now, there's a new sense of urgency. His opponents know that his wrestling is still as dominant as ever, but now it comes with a heightened pace and precision. The fight world has taken notice. Observers, including Joe Rogan, have gone on record stating that if this fight with Ilia Topuria happens anytime soon, Islam's dominance is almost a foregone conclusion. With the relentless grind of his style, combined with this new speed, Islam is poised to be more dangerous than ever. It's this combination that makes Topuria's challenge so daunting. For Ilia, facing a Makhachev who has evolved even further is a steep uphill battle, one that might be tougher than any opponent he's ever faced. Ilia Topuria's rise in the UFC has been nothing short of meteoric. After dominating in the featherweight division, he made the bold decision to vacate his title and move up to lightweight, eyeing the UFC's most prestigious belt. His decision wasn't made lightly. The confidence he gained from his past victories, including impressive wins over top fighters like Max Holloway, has propelled him to take this risky leap. His recent momentum suggests that Topuria believes he can handle the challenges that come with the division's bigger, stronger fighters. Topuria's confidence isn't misplaced. His all-around skill set, which includes razor-sharp striking and elite grappling, has been proven against high-level competition. He's known for his explosive boxing, a style that can change the course of a fight in an instant. But moving up to lightweight changes the dynamics entirely. Not only does he have to contend with the physical strength of fighters like Islam Makhachev, but he's also facing a different pace and intensity. Still, Topuria's fearless nature means he's more than ready to take on the challenge. His statement that he would submit Islam with his own Darcy choke, a move Islam himself used to defeat other fighters, shows just how confident Ilia is that he can win. He's not just fighting to be a contender, he's fighting to prove that he's the one who can dethrone Islam Makhachev. When it comes to the dynamics of Islam Makhachev's team, there's one name that stands out: Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib's influence on Makhachev has been critical in shaping Islam's wrestling prowess and his mentality as a fighter. However, what most people don't realize is the crucial role that Javier Mendez plays in Islam's preparations. Mendez, a respected coach in the MMA world, has been working with Islam for years, but his role isn't what many fans might expect. Mendez is a trainer, not a matchmaker. He has no say in the decision of who Islam will fight next. In a revealing interview, Mendez explained that matchmaking decisions are left entirely up to Khabib and their manager, Ali Abdelaziz. It's a stark contrast to what many fans might believe, but it speaks to the respect and trust Khabib and Islam have in their team's structure. Mendez is clear that his job is to prepare Islam to fight whoever is put in front of him, but beyond that, he stays out of the business side of things. This approach ensures that the focus remains purely on the fight, avoiding distractions or the politics of matchmaking. It also emphasizes the importance of preparation. Islam's transformation isn't just physical but mental, as Mendez focuses on getting him ready for any opponent, knowing full well that the real battle begins in the octagon. Ilia Topuria has has never been one to shy away from a challenge, and his bold statements about Islam Makhachev are proof of that. Recently, during an appearance on the PBD podcast, Topuria made waves when he claimed he would not only beat Islam Makhachev, but he would submit him using Islam's very own signature move, the Darce choke. For many, this was a psychological move as much as it was a statement of confidence. By calling out Islam's own move, Topuria was making it clear that he's not intimidated by Makhachev's reputation. He wasn't just challenging Islam in the typical sense. He was sending a message to the fight world that he is prepared to use Makhachev's own weapon against him. This was not just trash talk. Topuria was demonstrating that he believes in his abilities to an extraordinary degree. What's fascinating is that Topuria isn't just talking big. His fight record speaks volumes. With a perfect 16-0 record, including finishes and decisions, Topuria has proven he can handle top competition. But the jump to lightweight is a different animal entirely. Islam's powerful wrestling and relentless pace might test Topuria's mental and physical limits, but he seems ready to face the challenge head-on, even turning Islam's most feared weapon against him. The potential fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria is shaping up to be a classic stylistic clash. Islam, with his superior wrestling and control, typically dominates his opponents by overwhelming them with suffocating pressure. His chain wrestling, coupled with his dangerous submission game, makes him a nightmare on the ground. Makhachev's ability to control distance and impose his will is unparalleled. When he's on top, there's no escaping his vice-like grip, but Topuria brings something different to the table. Topuria's striking is precise, fast, and powerful. His boxing has been one of his greatest assets, and against Islam, it could be his ticket to success. The key difference between the two fighters is their approach to combat. Islam thrives in the grappling exchanges, while Topuria excels at keeping the fight standing, using his lightning-fast hands to close the distance and land devastating strikes. Islam will likely look to avoid Topuria's striking by taking him to the ground early, but if Topuria can keep it standing and avoid the takedowns, he might be able to land a knockout shot. However, that's easier said than done. Islam's wrestling pressure and suffocating top control will be difficult for Topuria to deal with, especially when the fight heads into deeper waters. It's a matchup that could see Islam dominate the later rounds, or Topuria catching him early with a powerful punch. A potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria holds enormous significance, not just for the fighters involved, but for the sport of MMA as a whole. If Islam successfully defends his title, it would solidify his place as one of the best lightweight fighters in UFC history. However, if Topuria manages to pull off the upset, it would elevate his career to unthinkable heights. A win over Islam would make Topuria the first fighter to beat two pound-for-pound champions in a row, after his recent win over Alexander Volkanovski in the featherweight division. That accomplishment alone would put Topuria in the conversation of MMA's greats. This fight isn't just about titles, it's about legacy. Topuria has the chance to become one of the most dominant fighters in the sport, while Islam can continue to build his dynasty at lightweight. The emotional and historical weight of this fight extends beyond the octagon. If Topuria can prove that his skill set is enough to overcome Islam's dominant style, it would resonate through the sport, and his name would be etched in UFC history forever. But Islam isn't just fighting for a title. He's fighting to keep his legacy intact and defend his position as the dominant lightweight champion. This fight has the potential to be a classic, one that could define a generation. As the MMA world waits for the official announcement, the anticipation surrounding a potential Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria fight continues to grow. With both fighters on the brink of greatness, the stakes have never been higher. Islam's evolution into a more dangerous, faster fighter gives him an edge, but Topuria's confidence and bold challenge suggest he's ready to take on the toughest challenge of his career. If this fight happens, it promises to be a historic moment in UFC history, one that will have fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting every second of action. The question remains, who will emerge victorious in this ultimate battle of skill, strategy, and legacy?